is your favorite podcast with your hosts, Manny Hemingway and
Laura Lee.
The true icons, the legends of the beauty industry.
Yes, we are.
But we are.
In fact,
I'm sorry.
The icons. I mean, what are you gonna do?
Legends
about it?
and
you love us, you hate us. We're still the icons
we're still there.
and legends.
You love us, you hate us. We're still here.
We're still here.
And we're still kicking.
We're still around. You can't get rid of us.
Like little roaches.
And they've tried many times.
Many
and
a time.
And it never worked.
I'm sorry, we're just still.
It never works.
Live, laugh, loving.
Live, laugh,
We're
love.
still live, laugh, loving, and we love you here. So thank you guys for joining in. We're going to be doing a rapid fire episode today. We have a bunch of little topics for the episode.
But first, we start with pigs and pits. I want to start with my pit today.
Oh, fuck. Please, Laura, bring it in.
All right, I'm going to bring us in.
Oh, I know what you're going to say.
Yeah, you know. Some weird shit happened at my house on Saturday, I believe. Let me tell you something. I didn't go in my beauty room at all on Friday. We keep the door closed so Bibby won't go in there and pee.
Mm-hmm.
Tyler walks in my beauty room on Saturday and he goes, "Oh my God, it's the conjuring of a demon or an apocalypse. Get in here." So I'm like, what the fuck? I run in my beauty room. There's probably like 100 flies on my window and you can hear the buzzing because there's so many. It's
in
like
the beauty room or the beauty room?
My beauty room.
Oh, okay.
My film studio.
How's the bathroom?
No, the room.
Your room.
Against those big windows in there.
Yes.
It literally looks like a horror movie because there's like a million flies and you just hear zzz. And so we're like, what the fuck? How did those flies get in here? Because we keep the door closed, but we're just like, we don't understand where they came from. So we opened the window, we took the screens out, and all the flies flew out of the room. So we were like, gross, weird situation. There were also dead flies everywhere.
Laura, I feel sick.
So we're like, Tyler's looking it up and he's like, I don't understand how that happened. We close the beauty room door. We go out of there. A couple hours later, I went to put something in my beauty room. The exact same amount of flies are back. Girl!
No.
I was like, all right, we got some demons.
A demon.
But I was like, immediately I was like looking for a smell.
Of course.
Because I was like, maybe there's some food in here. There was no food, no drinks, nothing. I'm messy, but I'm not dirty now.
In that ground like a truffle pig.
I was like, maybe there's something I threw in the trash. There was nothing but like some makeup boxes and like some used makeup wipes in the trash. So I couldn't figure it out. But I'm not gonna lie, the second time around, I was freaked out.
Oh yeah, that's crazy.
I was freaked out because we're talking hundreds of flies, not like 5 flies on the wall. We're talking like the whole window, and you can just hear it. So Ty starts Googling and he was like, if you don't use a shower in the drain, they can build nest.
In the drain.
And I was like, oh my God, there's a shower in the beauty room that we probably haven't turned the water on in over a year or more.
Right. You never use a shower.
So we were like, they're coming out of the fucking drain. Because we're like, how else can they keep getting in that room?
Right.
They were coming out of the drain. So we shined a flashlight. There's like a million flies down in the drain. So we were like, okay. Flies built a nest in the drain of my shower. So Ty unscrews the drain thing and he has this device that you can like spin and it'll pull a clog out.
Uh-huh.
So he does that. He sticks his device down there. He spins it. When he pulls the clog out, it was a dead rat, not a mouse, a big ass, long ass rat with a long ass tail that had died in my drain. It gets worse. When I pulled it out, the flies had made a nest in the carcass of the rat, and the flies were hatching and coming out of the rat. So these rat infested flies, and the craziest thing about it all is it never stank.
That's maybe because maybe because you're like shower wash, whatever, like washing it away, but you're not even using it.
Never used it. And you use my beauty room bathroom all the time. Have you ever smelled dead rat?
Never.
So I don't understand, because I thought when the rat would have died, whenever it died, we would have smelled it. We would have smelled it.
I thought.
But you know what's weird? So my cats, they'll come in my beauty room with me when I'm filming in there, and that's fine because I can watch Baby and make sure he doesn't pee, even though he does. Every time he goes to that shower door and he cries at it, and he wants to get in there, and I never let him in there because I'm like, you're trying to pee in the shower.
Right.
You're not going in there, sir. He smells the dead rat.
knows the rat's there.
He knew something was going on. My cats did. Because Yoshi does it too. They go up to the shower door and they cry. And I'm like, why do you guys want to go in there so bad? Leave it alone. Get out of here.
Yeah, because you're automatically gonna just assume that they're just being crazy.
It was the dead rat.
Laura, that story.
Ratty-tat-tat.
Imagine you guys pulling out a rat that's fly infested really makes me sick.
Let me tell you something. Tyler, whenever he pulled it up, it was a rat head and the rat mouth was open like this. And it
With
was
the
like
little teeth.
And when I saw it, I started screaming and I ran out of the room. I was like, ah!
How could you not? That's crazy.
I just was not expecting that, babes. Tyler's like, oh yeah, it's got something big. It's coming up, Laura.
like he's fucking fishing for some
and
shit.
It was a rat. Never in a million years.
That is so disgusting.
Thank you to Shopify for sponsoring this portion of Full Coverage. Shopify is the global commerce platform that supercharges your selling wherever you sell, online, in person, on social media, and beyond. It's so easy to use. I love how user-friendly it is. So guys, stop leaving sales on the table. Switch your business to Shopify and discover why millions trust Shopify as their all-in-one commerce platform to build, grow, and run their businesses. Sign up today for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/full coverage, all lowercase. That's 1 month for just $1 at shopify.com/full coverage. Shopify.com/full coverage.
This podcast is presented by Lash Paradise Mascara from L'Oreal Paris. Laura, do you know what one of my favorite mascaras is recently that I've been absolutely obsessed with?
Spill it right now.
The Lash Paradise Mascara from L'Oreal Paris, you guys. It is truly so sickening. It gives you volume, length, perfect for that done-up eye look.
And we need all the volume and length you can get.
Baby, with these lashes?
Honey.
We need the help.
You know what I really like about it? It has this fluffy, bristly brush that gives that fuller look to your lashes. It's also the perfect mascara for a look from day to night. And it lasts all day with no fallout.
You guys can order at Lash Paradise now on Amazon from L'Oreal. So check it out.
Like, you stupid rat. It got in my drain, but like, why can you not turn around and get out? I kind of feel bad for it. I'm not gonna lie. It got trapped in there.
It just got trapped and it just like literally probably suffocated.
Why would it go in there though? Like, get out of the drain. Go back where you came from.
I mean, honestly, like mice or rats, like they live in the drains and stuff in the sewage.
Yeah.
So like, that's just like what they're accustomed to.
So now we're gonna start running that shower.
Baby, I need to run every shower in the house.
We bleached everything too, like the whole drain. We took it apart, poured tons of bleach, and did all the things. But y'all, that's crazy.
That is honestly so foul.
That's
the fact
foul.
that you had rats in the beauty room against the window is, to me, is literally like apocalyptic.
We were like, this looks like a horror movie.
It's like the cicadas. Have you seen what's going on with the cicadas?
Oh, yes.
In like the Midwest?
I love cicadas though. I wish I could get a couple of them out here.
The sound of the cicadas?
Yeah.
But not like the cicadas themselves.
Well, I don't mind them.
Have you seen what it looks like out there?
Of course, I'm from Alabama. We're covered in cicadas.
But like when I saw the videos, like they're like, let's say like going like they're like, thank God, like if you don't live here, like thank goodness. And it's like you see it's a swarm outside.
It's normally not a swarm, but we have like a
few
ton of cicadas in the South, and they're like the sound. We call it the sound of summer.
Oh,
because you just hear them nonstop
like,
at the lake, anywhere you go in the South,
yes.
And when the sun's going down and during the hot days, you just hear cicadas.
I feel like I wouldn't mind hearing them or whatever, but seeing
I love
that
them.
swarm,
I want to get some in
crazy.
California and put them in my backyard so I can hear them.
I feel like that sounds illegal.
Very legal. It sounds very legal.
Sounds like very like you're taking something from one place to make it like infest somewhere else.
Like infestation.
Yes. You want a fucking swarm. You want a swarm here too. You want them to be everywhere.
Maybe
She's sick. You guys, she's sick.
I am sick.
I would like a few cicadas in my backyard, my pit.
I would like cicadas. I love the sound of them. I don't know why they're taking over, but I love the sound of them.
No, the videos I've seen, like where they were like,
they're gorgeous,
showing that the ground, you can't even see the ground. It's all cicadas. Is crazy.
That sounds like an infestation to me.
It sounds disgusting.
Mm-hmm. But see, bugs don't scare me.
They scare me.
Bugs don't scare me.
I don't even want a butterfly to touch me.
And to be honest, rats don't even scare me. But you know what does?
Snakes. Snakes on a motherfucking plane.
In the wild. Snakes on a motherfucking plane.
No, honestly, like those all rats, like I don't, like I'll scream and freak out, but I'm not like.
It's a ratty-tat-tat.
It's a rat. Like I'm like, bugs
do you know
though?
how many mice and rats have come in my house and I just pick them up by the tail?
Nope, couldn't do that. That I couldn't do. I have to like maybe scoop it with
I throw them back over the fence. I do. I'm like, go free,
The tail,
buddy.
like
I
this?
do. I pick them up by the tail and throw them over the
No,
fence.
Laura, get you from the tail like this.
I don't even kill.
That is no, I can't touch them. I would have to like need something to do it.
I just don't want them to bite me.
Also, like rats have rabies. Laura, they have rabies down. Like that rat could have had rabies.
Honestly, all those flies had rabies because
Baby,
they were
that's all-
born out
They
of
were
a
born
rat.
out of the rat. Like they all have little rabies.
All of them.
If one of those flies bit you,
Child. Thank God they
baby,
don't bite.
you'd
That's
be
what
rabid.
that's what I told Ty because I was like picking up flies and just throwing them out the window.
They don't bite? I feel like horse flies
No,
bite.
horse
but
flies do,
regular
but
flies
regular don't. No, they're harmless.
Ugh.
Except for I think they like
I don't
lay
wanna-
eggs in your
I-
food.
I don't even like ants. Like I don't
I
want
love
an ant to touch me.
ants.
Mm-mm. Any crawly on my skin, I can't do it. I don't want an ant to touch me. I don't want a butterfly to touch me. I don't want a
You're
ladybug to touch
crazy
me.
for that. You're
Swear to God,
crazy for
swear to
that.
God. You know what? Actually, I will touch a butterfly.
I
No,
love
no.
butterflies.
No, I'm sorry. A ladybug.
I love ladybugs.
I'll touch a ladybug. That's the only.
I
That's
love
the only
it
bug
all.
I'll touch.
I don't mind bugs. Bugs don't bother me. I'm fine with a bug. I'm
If
fine
one
with a
landed, I'd
rat.
be like, aw.
Yeah.
But no other. Ladybug's the only one.
What's your pit?
Oh my God, my peek and pit are kind of like combined.
Oh, I love that.
So I started reading a book.
Oh, you know how to read?
I know how to read. Shocker, I know. It's called Attached.
Okay. Have I heard of
the
this?
book is called Attached, and it's about attachment styles as an adult and like how it responds to like your real life relationships and love.
Aww.
And because I was like I was kind of curious of like what my attachment style was. I've been like looking more into it, and I'm only a few chapters in, and I don't know like a ton of stuff yet. But it's about like how you grew up and like what your attachment style is as an adult based off of your upbringing and experiences you've had to like be here. And my pit is that I actually have a really dysfunctional attachment style, and it's a combination of both of there's secure attachment, which is like 50% of the population, like secure in their relationships. There's avoidant who like avoids a lot of things, and then there's anxious who are like attached. So I am like a combo of anxious and avoidant as my attachment style. I think it's called fearful avoidant is like what it's called. But then there's another thing I think it's called like I can't remember what the actual name of it is, but I'm basically a combination of both, and it's fascinating. Kind of diving into this like journey of healing and like this kind of like stuff with it, and like kind of healing of why I do these things. People that are like fearful avoidance, like me, are the type that crave intimacy but fear being too close to someone.
That sounds very accurate. It's good that you're able to identify.
Yeah, so I feel like I'm like getting better at it. So that's kind of, I'm just like annoyed at the fact that that is my attachment style, because it's like one of the hardest to break. So I'm like frustrated by it, because it's like it is when I read into it and like things that trigger them, like things that trigger them are like when people expect too much out of them, because they already have high expectations that they put on their life, that like when anyone expects something, like they're already like, you don't expect anything out of me.
And that's you.
And that's me. They want to be close to people, but they want to be alone but not feel lonely. So there's like these like things that applies to them, and all the ones that they talk about are things that apply to me. So it's kind of like frustrating, but I'm working on tools and like things. That's why I'm reading the book, to like kind of.
How'd you find out about the book?
TikTok. I was scrolling, and then I was like watching a video about attachment style, and then I started like diving more into it. Started watching YouTube videos about attachment style, and they recommended Attached, which is about attachment styles and trying to figure them out. Because the thing is, like, attachment styles are an attachment style, right? But it's not who you are. It's not like it's what you might have based off of experiences. And it's funny because a lot of it is about like your childhood being like really, if you were a really self-reliant kid who didn't feel comfortable showing your emotions, you're probably that attachment style, which is what I was. I was the firstborn. Whenever I showed emotion, I was probably being too feminine, and that was a no-no, because obviously growing up religious, growing up Mexican, all those kind of things. So it's affected me a lot as I've gotten older.
Men in general, it's like a level of toxic masculinity that they carry.
Exactly. So it's like a toxic masculinity can turn into this kind of attachment style. So I've just realized that that's like kind of what I have, because it's kind of funny when you think about like, well, like let's say me talking to someone, like getting interested. I was like in the beginning, like I'm really interested, but then the second they start to get too close to me, I'm like, ew, stop. And I think that people like with my attachment style, like they are empathetic, but the second you get too emotional, they'll kind of like start looking away and get uncomfortable, or like start to like, and you know I'm an uncomfortable giggler.
You are.
So it's these things that like I know and I am empathetic and I want to be there for people, but when they get too emotional to me,
you get uncomfortable.
I get uncomfortable because I'm not used to this vast level of emotion, because that's not something I was able to do growing up my whole life. So it's fascinating kind of reading into it, but I'm working on tools to like kind of like get better at it. Like it's cool that I'm identifying it, and like I'm glad.
That's like step
now
one.
It's step one. So I'm like in the step one phases. I'm just, the reason it's my pit and it's my peak, so I'm glad that I'm exploring.
It's great.
I'm exploring that part of me and kind of like, you know, working on myself in that way. It's just my pit because it's like more of an annoying attachment style that's harder to, because you lean on both far spectrums. You're not just an anxious person who like wants and needs attention, and you're not an avoidant who doesn't want attention at all. I'm
You're
like
like,
kind of a combination of both.
Both apply.
And I'm not secure. So it's like it's like a very fascinating
Well, it already
way.
takes like a level of emotion to be able to admit those things and not be prideful and be like, oh, it's not me. You know what I mean?
Totally.
So that already takes a level. And in any of my books I read, your first step is always identifying the fears and like the problem and the subconscious beliefs, the things that are weighing you down, the things that got to change. Identifying them is always the first step. So I think it's really cool that you're reading this book, because I don't think I've ever heard you in our whole friendship be like, I'm reading this book. I'm like,
no, and I just got it 2 days ago, so I'm a few chapters in. I'm not like
I love it
so far into it, but I was just more so wanting to work on my own journey. Because you know, like 2024, I was very much like I want to focus on like my health, like even like lowering my like Prozac dosage. Or,
another
like,
thing I've never seen you do in all of our friendship.
Right, more like focus on my like actual like not working out, because I do work out and I have been for the last like 2-3 years straight, but more so focus on like my health, picking up tennis, like trying to do things that are really focusing on me and my like mental as well as physical health.
I love
Especially
it.
like as you get older, like you kind of have to focus on it more.
You have to.
I feel, because
you should.
It's not the same, and you just should. Like you should focus on yourself and your vibe. And I always wonder, I'm like, why is it that I could like someone, but the second they like me too much, I freak out.
Yeah.
And I don't understand it. And people with this attachment style, they fear losing themselves.
Ooh,
and losing their life.
That's deep.
And I'm like, that's deep, but it's the truth, because I'm so happy with me and my life.
And content. And you don't want to get uncomfortable. You don't want to start rattling shit up for a person that you don't even know yet.
So rattled my whole life.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm past
honed
that rattling.
in on being content.
I'm so honed in on being happy that people with this style are scared.
But it's like you have to ask yourself, you're so honed in on being happy, but are you truly happy being alone? Because clearly you want to yearn for, relationship or
it's
dating.
Natural to want
natural.
That.
You know what I mean? So it's like you really have to ask, at this level of comfort, is it really giving you your full potential of happiness? Maybe not.
Which is why I'm in this more like self, not fulfilling, self search of like answers to reasons why I'm soul searching as to why I could be certain ways, and then trying to focus on like trying to break the.
And the book is going to also, as you read it, not that I've ever read it, but I've read so many. It's going to give you tools.
Exactly.
It's going to give you mindsets. It's going to give you tools. It's going to break things down for you in ways that you never thought of. And it's going to help open up your subconscious and your conscious mind to these things. So it's not like you're going to be left in the dark. Well, these are my problems, Great, so as you read the book, it's going to give you so much insight.
It's funny because watching videos, it makes me feel like, because I have this style, that I'm like crazy. And I'm like, in a way, seeing people have this, it makes me feel like not alone in a weird way. Because it's like, maybe I'm not crazy and like I'm not delusional. It's like, this is just like an attachment style that I have, and it's something I can work on, and seeing like where I could be triggered by something, and then maybe seeing like, okay, you know what, I'm triggered by this, identifying it, and then using a breath work or tools to like kind of reshame and like reframe what I'm thinking about it.
Shut that subconscious belief down. Shut it down.
I'm like, and a lot of times they're very much the type of people that are like, to the world, they're like, I'm so sickening, I'm so strong, I'm so that, but like inside they can be like, fuck, you're like a total disaster.
And that's but what you feel about yourself and think about yourself is the truth, though.
Exactly.
Whether you're showing this facade, what you really say about yourself is how you actually feel, and it's with the energy you tell the universe.
Yeah. A lot of those triggers are like things that apply to me.
Wow.
So I'm working on like trying to.
That's so amazing. I want you to keep reading and tell me more.
Definitely. I definitely will. And then you'll start to like see in other people too, like what their attachments are too.
Thank you to Shopify for sponsoring this portion of Full Coverage. When picking a commerce platform for your business, Shopify is the global commerce platform that supercharges your selling wherever you sell, online, in person, on social media, and beyond.
Me and Laura are humongous fans of Shopify. We use it for our brands, Lunar Beauty and Minimum LA. And you guys are probably thinking like, oh my God, like the migrating is gonna be such a pain. But honestly, Shopify's app store has the migration apps you need to migrate your products, orders, customers, and more from every major e-commerce platform to Shopify.
It's so easy to use. I love how user-friendly it is. So guys, stop leaving sales on the table. Switch your business to Shopify and discover why millions trust Shopify as their all-in-one commerce platform to build, grow, and run their businesses. Sign up today for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/full coverage, all lowercase. That's 1 month for just $1 at shopify.com/full coverage. Shopify.com/full coverage.
This podcast is presented by Lash Paradise Mascara from L'Oreal Paris. Laura, do you know what one of my favorite mascaras is recently that I've been absolutely obsessed with?
Spill it right now.
The Lash Paradise Mascara from L'Oreal Paris, you guys. It is truly so sickening. It gives you volume, length, perfect for that done-up eye look.
And we need all the volume and length you can get.
Baby, with these lashes?
Honey.
We need the help.
You know what I really like about it? It has this fluffy, bristly brush that gives that fuller look to your lashes. It's also the perfect mascara for a look from day to night, and it lasts all day with no fallout. So drop those falsies, add your Lash Paradise mascara that gives you all the drama for your lashes.
I love it. I literally love L'Oreal mascaras in general. So their Lash Paradise truly is so great.
If you guys are looking for a good mascara that's easy to use and isn't messy, you guys need to try out the L'Oreal Paris Lash Paradise mascara.
You guys can order Lash Paradise now on Amazon from L'Oreal. So check it out.
Yeah, because it's also very interesting. Like as I read a couple of these books a year. I pick some that I think would be good in the self-help category. You guys know that. And it always gives me so much information that you can kind of read people and you can kind of navigate them, and you can kind of be like, oh, you're acting on an insecurity, or you're acting on a scarce mindset, or oh, this person is acting on a plentiful mindset. Oh, this person's really confident. Like you can kind of read based off what people do. It's very interesting.
It's super fascinating.
I'm actually reading the book Manifestation right now because I was listening to Mariana Hewitt's podcast, and she had the writer of the book on, and so she was talking about her book, so I bought it. And it I just finished reading a chapter on gratefulness, and it actually broke down. So I always find new things in these books. No matter how much I read them, I open up and learn so much more. That's why I always recommend them to everyone. But it was talking about being grateful, and I've always been a really grateful person because I came from nothing. So like this stuff has never been for me like the universe owes it for me. Like I deserve it all. You know, I'm like, wow, I'm so fucking lucky and grateful for everything because I didn't have any of the things I have today growing up. But at the same time, I'm a very driven person, and I've always felt like if I'm too comfortable and too grateful for things, does that mean I'm no longer going to be driven and motivated? Like, am I too content? Is this where it all ends because I'm just so grateful? And it's so cool because you think all your thoughts are so unique, and they're actually not.
And no,
they're not at all.
Laura, reading has gagged me.
Girl.
So I'm literally like, I always feel these things and I'm like, damn, I'm so alone in these things.
So we're all the same.
So you guys also are fucked.
So they wrote a whole book on it because so many people are feeling the same thing. So I've always been like, I'm just so happy with the car I have. I'm so happy with the home I have. And so my misconception is like, I'm scared to get too content or just too like overly grateful for these things, because does that mean I'm going to lose my drive and my motivation to keep going? Because what else is there? But the book specifically did a chapter on how that's not true. Actually, it's actually the opposite. The more grateful you are for those things, the more you're opening the abundance of the universe to give you more. It's just a different approach of getting it. It doesn't mean you're content and that you never want anything else. It just means that you're so happy where you're at and what you have. So, you know,
I love that. It's the truth. It's so funny because my phone background right now is "Don't forget to be thankful" is my thing. I just, whenever I look at it, I always think like, don't forget to be like, just like appreciating gratitude.
Did you know that you love your immune system? So let's talk about that. Did you know that they did a doctor did a study where he had people go in, and this is pretty extensive, but for 10 minutes, 3 times a day, so 30 minutes a day, they had to meditate on the things they were grateful for. Like really get in there, like really their heavy heart, like feel that gratefulness and like how happy they are for these things. 10 minutes a day, 3 times a day. It boosted each person's immune system by 50%.
No way.
50%. Because of their mind, because it was releasing the chemicals, the endorphins that you get from gratefulness. And it also shuts off those stress endorphins that get released whenever it's fight or flight, or when you're thinking about your problems.
Down.
Yeah, it brings your immune system down 50%. Now that's a crazy number.
That's insane.
And that's just being grateful.
And practicing gratitude. It's literally a form of meditation. So anyways, it like opened the floodgates for me, because I've always been a really grateful person, but I've always kind of, and like the book said it, so apparently a lot of people feel this way. And she said, like, I'm writing this chapter because people are almost scared to be too grateful, because they're scared they're going to lose their motivation and drive and just to keep going. But it's like not true at all. So it validated me. When is it complacency? Like,
yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? When is your gratefulness? And it's like, no, that's not true. So I was like, I just needed a book to tell me this.
Yes, it really does help. Like, I genuinely, I'm happy to be doing it, and it's kind of scary to like kind of look so deep. And again, people like me like don't want to look that deep, to be honest. Like, they're scared of avoidance, they're scared of abandonment, they're scared of all these things, and it's hard, but I know it's going to be better.
100%.
You know?
You're 100%. You're going to be wiser. You're going to be stronger. And then you can even get into other books and start, like, once you like overcome the fear of opening this web up, which you're going to open up. Once you get past it, you're going to be so excited for how much you learned about yourself and how much you're able to do now because of the tools that you've learned, that you're going to want to start opening up other areas of your life, because you're no longer going to have that subconscious fear of opening up problems.
Because it's so easy to be just content.
Yeah.
That's the thing, is it's easy to not dig that deep and just live life.
And just but see, what the problem is, you're noticing an area of your life that's not evolving and not changing. Then you're going, wait, I'm not content. Something's off here. I got to do some work. You know what I mean?
Yep. So I'm in the self-working progress right now.
That's amazing. You know, I'm happy.
I know. I was gonna tell you. I'm just gonna tell you on the pod.
I'm like,
yeah. I mean, if you guys are interested, the book is called Attached. I bought it on Amazon.
Yeah.
It's been very helpful so far. I feel like this is a good starter for me.
That is.
This is something like I have wondered about. So I'm like kind of like wanting my own answers to.
You're gonna feel great whenever you finish it.
I feel like that too. I'll feel proud, because I haven't read a book through since I read You Are a Badass.
Yeah.
So it's been years.
Yeah, so that's really awesome.
Yeah.
Well, do you have a peak? Oh yeah, you said that was your peak and
So
pit.
what's your peak?
I saw Furiosa.
Oh. And was it sleigh boots?
Okay, so Mad Max Fury Road is like probably
like it's in your top 5. I feel.
Babs is high in the top 5 too.
Yes.
It's not even like number 3. Like it's probably like close to number 1. Like.
No.
I love the genre of horror.
Yes.
And they're like Mad Max Fury Road is so apocalyptic.
It's creepy. It's like a creepy, intense
uniquely
movie.
made. Like all of the costumes and it's like everything they do, and it's so unique. You ever just really haven't seen it in a movie before. It won Oscars.
Oscars for makeup and
everything in it. It's just so unique the way they created this movie.
Yeah.
And so when Furiosa came out, I was like, now y'all don't go fuck it up.
I know.
Y'all don't take this good movie. And they really didn't. I still like Mad Max better for sure. But Furiosa was fantastic.
I love that. I'm so glad. I saw that it was like not doing as good in the box office, and I was like, what the fuck?
I don't think that has to do with the movie, because it's the number 1 movie in the box office.
It's the people.
I think give us 20 years and there'll be no such thing as movie theaters anymore.
Dude,
for
honestly,
sure. It's because
people don't want to go.
Well, if things come out in 2 weeks on a streaming service and you're paying $20 for one streaming service, and everybody's got 5 of them, why are you going to spend money at the theater and it's going to be out in 2 weeks? Whenever we were growing up, movies came out of theaters in months, like half a year, and you could get it on VHS. And then after it's VHS, you go to the store and rent it. So you're going to go to the theater to see it.
Right.
Well, now that they're releasing them after a week or 2 and be in theaters, people have no need to go to the theater anymore. Because Furiosa was the number 1 movie.
Yeah.
But like they predicted it made like it was like 160 something million to make it, and I think they only made like 16 million.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think the weekend total was like 30 for the whole weekend.
Okay. Ooh.
But it's like that's not a lot compared to like the press and like for how busy. And honestly, like when I saw the theater, it was fully packed.
Ours was too, but I mean, it's not.
But if it's not hitting, then it's not hitting. You know. But I do think that has a lot to do with it.
I think theaters are no longer going to be a thing sooner than later.
I love going to the movies.
I know.
Like I love that experience. I love going in.
Well, Matt Damon on Hot Ones was breaking down why they can't make like rom-coms anymore for the theaters because they don't make enough money. Like a movie has got to be like Harry Potter or Furiosa or something to go into theater, because he basically it was really cool because Matt Damon was really breaking down on like how much it costs to make a movie and how much you have to make before you can even see green on that movie. And it's like
probably
hundreds of millions of dollars. So they're like, a rom-com's never going to pull that. So like we don't get to make them anymore. And that's why you just get cheesy shit on Netflix.
Damn. But look at Anyone But You. That did good.
Well, so they were saying that one did so good that it could be the respark of those types of movies.
Got it. But it also depends on like the cast, obviously, too, and like the people in
alignment of stars.
Yes. Would you watch a rom-com with J-Lo in it?
My thing is, I'm just like, I feel like she's done enough.
She was iconic in her day,
and I loved all of them. J-Lo's getting such bad press.
Oh, diva!
Why is she so hated,
girl?
It's like not a specific thing.
The thing is that there's so many things. I think people just don't like that. There's so many things that she has done, or just like the attitude, like just so many things that people are just like, girl, there's too many stories now. That's the thing. There's too many stories that have been shared that have been like, you're just shitty, and people aren't gonna appreciate that anymore.
Damn.
But baby, I've been seeing that press.
Yeah,
it's
girl,
fierce.
It's fierce out there. It's fierce.
I saw those comments on she was like, Atlas, like the movie on Netflix that just dropped. She's like, #1 on Netflix, and all the comments are like, no, it's not.
Damn.
Like they
won't let off the gas.
To filth.
What about what about Northwest being the Lion King? Nepotism.
Laura, what the fuck?
We have one brain.
Nepotism at its actual finest. Let's have that conversation. Recently they did like a live version of Lion King at the Hollywood Bowl, actually. And North was cast as Simba to sing and perform and
lead role.
Lead role.
Lead role.
You know what? She's 10 years old. I'm not going to shred her.
We can't shred a 10-year-old.
We can't. I'm sorry.
Do you think North was like, give me this role?
She could have been.
I feel like Kim was like, give her this role.
Well, 1,000%. Her parents were like,
Kris Jenner, honestly.
Yes, her parents were definitely like, you got to do this. But you know, she could have been like, I really want to do this. And they're like, okay, let's make it happen. So nepotism obviously is very much in a
alive
huge
and
play
well
in this kind of situation, because it's actually been a huge topic of conversation for like this getting brought up again, because now it's like mothers of actors and like kids who have put in that work and that performance and that kind of profession, you know, are like, yo, we literally made it to the finals. Then Kim and North walk in, they somehow just get the role when we've been like killing ourselves for something like this. And for a kid that's deserving, because they put the time and the work and the effort in. Whereas if you look at North and you look at her performance, it does not look like that. If
North would have went out there and kicked ass and fucking slayed that role to the 10th degree and sang her heart out and was on cue for everything, I really don't think this would have been a big deal.
I actually think that they would have been like, wow, look how talented
Kim and Kanye's child was.
Yes, it would have been like,
the problem is, it was very obvious
nothing of the sort.
The 10-year-old child was not qualified for the role because of what we've seen. And, you know, we've seen the clips online, and no, it wasn't great. And like, everyone's like, girl, were you there? Because all the comments were like, it was much, much worse in person.
Well, the thing is, the sad part about watching is that like, she looks like she's having a great time, which I'm happy that she had a good time, but it also looks like she doesn't really know what she's doing. And the cues are almost being missed. So I think that's the part that it almost comes across like she doesn't know what's going on, because if it's like even walking to a certain place or walking to a certain thing or like not catching the cues to leave or all these things, like that is usually what you learn when you've been in the business for a long time in that capacity, you know, performing, doing, you know, numbers on stage, all that kind of stuff. You catch those things, but when you don't do that, it's her first performance. The thing is, why is this her first performance, something this big?
I know.
She should be able to do like
just
different
like other
things.
people. Yeah. It's like, why is this massive performance?
People,
like
because people are trying to be like, oh my God, what's her first one? Yeah, why?
But why
would she do something this big as her first one?
When kids have trained their whole life to get something like this.
Yes. So it doesn't even make sense, like why she would be doing something to this caliber without experience. And it shows. And I feel like that it's a big thing about, like, honestly, it's on the parents.
I mean, listen. It is.
Sorry.
None of it's on North. She's a 10-year-old child, you know, and at the end of the day, nepotism is alive and well. We see it throughout everything. And
it's become a bigger topic of conversation, though, recently.
It has, because industries, whether it's fashion, movie, Hollywood, Broadway, they are understanding what's really selling those tickets and the name Northwest. I promise you they wouldn't have put her in there just for a favor. They knew that Kanye West's daughter being the lead role, Kim's daughter,
oh my God, like,
tickets.
It could be like Kanye performing, like, you know, like feeding into that. Maybe she's a mini Kanye.
Yes, like you're going to get to see, you know, for those ticket sales. And so that's like what's appetizing to them.
But the thing is, usually when, like, let's say nepotism.
Not the talent.
Exactly. Let's say usually, like, let's say nepotism, like two actors and they have a kid who's also an actor. A lot of the times they're very talented.
I know.
A lot of times they're actually like, oh,
right?
bitch, you fucking ate that up. Like, they'll even do like these little like edits on TikTok that are like, this person raised this person. And it's like the most talented ass little actor.
Ben Stiller, Nepo baby. One of the most famous, best comedians that we have ever seen is Ben Stiller. Gwyneth Paltrow, Nepo baby. Fantastic actor.
But I'm saying, so like it can work in advantages because you grow up with a certain way of your just life. You have
and
to
you learn from early on.
Early, and like that can actually work out in like a great benefit for a lot of people. But sometimes it doesn't. You know what I mean? And sometimes it's not that. And this is kind of one of those situations where like it's not that same case.
Yeah.
Because you would have thought that she would be performing like as if Kanye was performing.
Right.
But she's only 10.
She's 10.
So you can't expect that much, but also you have to, you know, be realistic with what people can actually and can't actually do.
Right. And it kind of just makes it a lost cause for anyone who's lived their whole life to work for a role like this.
Well, it just makes it sad.
It's like, what's the point? What's the point?
It's very devastating for these people to have like literally killed themselves for these roles. Like these little kids who literally like lose out on their actual kid life. Because think about it this way. These kids are so focused on what they want and the parents are focused on what the kids want or whatever, that they lose out on some of their childhood because they're so focused on working for something
that's not attainable because they're not a Nepo baby.
So it's disappointing and it's really sad.
It is, but girl, I don't think Kim's worried about it.
Kim don't give a fuck.
Girl, Kim don't give a fuck.
I was like, but the thing is, like, when you're the famous one, you don't care.
Yeah, exactly.
So of course, like, they're just gonna be like, well, I have the resources.
But I think whenever the public speaks out in such a way and like this is frowned upon, like we don't want to see this, then maybe that is where the change will begin.
Well, the change isn't necessarily from the famous people; it's the changes in the industry. So it's like it's people like.
Well, the industry has to have that. Well, that's never going to change. They have to actually get flack.
Right, exactly.
To change. I mean, they're not going to be like, oh, my heart. You know what? You
and it's like
that's never going to happen.
Like, you know, the production of whoever did that is not getting shit because it's the production of like the Lion King. It's like the Kim and the North and the Kanye that are getting shit for it because they're the ones that are the faces of all this nepotism. But it really needs to be like the source, the casting director. Yeah. Like it's a little like, yo, why the fuck would you cast them?
Honestly, if ticket sales were great too, chances are they'll do it again.
Exactly.
It's a money-making business.
Yeah, exactly. At the end of the day, they want to make money. And if they feel like the name is going to get them the money, they're going to do it.
They're going to do it.
And that's just the reality. It's sad, though. It's a sad reality, but it is. Nepotism is alive and well. Next topic, guys. I have seen Miss Fannita just absolutely getting shredded online.
I've seen bits and pieces and Manny just broke down what's going on because I've seen people stitching her, but I'm like, what is the context?
Like,
a lot of moving parts.
The thing is, like, I love Fenita. I love her. I've done her podcast.
She's fantastic.
I'm a huge fan of hers. And in person, like, she truly is absolutely incredible. The situation that's going on is basically Fenita was kind of going off about different topics going on, but specifically about there being a big wage gap disparity between Black creators and like the white creators in comparison, which is absolutely
True.
real.
And it's
true.
cool for her to bring that up.
Yes. And the thing is, like, she's like, you know what? I'm using my platform to be like, this is absolutely happening. So a lot of people were following that and they're like, absolutely, bitch. Yes.
Right.
Like, there is a
Speak
huge
on
disparity.
it.
Speak on it. It's the truth. But then she started to going into comparing herself, let's say, to Alex Earl, who is obviously, in case you guys might not know, a very famous TikToker.
I would say one
white,
of the most, actually.
One of the most famous TikTokers out there, who's also like low-key giving Nepo vibes.
Oh, absolutely.
Because she grew up very rich, very successful. Wealth.
The rich gonna stay rich.
Exactly. So she started to compare like that. She's like, why do I get paid less compared to someone like that, or people like on my manager's roster, when I get great views in X, Y, and Z, which again, obviously very, very valid points, like the entire way. Where people I think are finding the big like discrepancy is that like trying to compare herself to Alex Earl, who honestly has millions and millions and millions of more followers to her, who gets like crazy, crazy views, and they give off two different vibes, right? She gives off like Alex Earl gives off the girls that watch Alex Earl want to be like Alex Earl. That's kind of what it's come to realize. Whereas people are trying to say that like Fannita is like the funny girl next door friend that you can kind of banter with online and you go for giggles, not necessarily like, oh, is there a lipstick that she wants to wear? Like, I want to wear that. That's more like the Alex Earl, Monet McMichael
Fannita
vibe.
gives me like, oh yeah, like Alex and Monet kind of give me the same vibes. Like it girl, I want to be
kind of
influenced
kind of like you want to
by, and then
do what they do.
Fannita gives me Drew vibes, where it's like Drew a follow.
Like the girl next
Fannita
door
is like that's your girl.
That's your sister.
That's your sister. That's the girl you kiki with. Alex Earl and Monet, more of the influencer type.
Yes.
And then Fannita and Drew, and you have quite a few more of them, are the girls you kiki with, girl.
Exactly. The fun, the banter.
You get so much out of it too. I'm not saying you get one out of the lesser out of the other. It's just different. It's completely different
like apples
vibes.
and oranges
in
comparison. So it honestly is, I think, just turned into like a huge snowball effect online.
That's because whenever when people were stitching, I was like, wait, what is going on?
Yeah, I think it was more so like people just had the issue with like trying to compare an apple to an orange.
But why are people that upset? Let's say Fannita did compare, where maybe others feel like she didn't, it's not the same category, but like, is that enough to shred Fannita?
The reason they're shredding her, in my opinion, is because I think that people don't see influencers as people that should be complaining about brand deals, the money that they're getting. So for example, Fannita's like, why am I getting paid 20K instead of 50K? Like, counterparts that get similar views to me. So in people's mind that are watching that, they're thinking, girl, you're complaining about getting 20K. I think that has something to do with it, which I'm like, again, this is like tomatoes. Like it's become a snowball effect. I don't know if that's
enough to shred her.
I don't think it is.
Yeah.
I don't think it is. That's what I'm saying. Like, I think that it's gotten to like such a crazy intense
like the message
point.
has been taken and
it's been lost. Is what
the
I feel
message
like
has been
lost.
Like
the message has been lost because like at the end of the day,
that's unfortunate.
The message has been lost because it's turned into such a clusterfuck of online stuff. But what she was saying had such valid points.
Right.
But people want to take the part where it's like, well, you're getting paid $20,000.
And that's all they got out of it.
Yes. So I think that when
like, go be grateful for that.
Correct. But the thing is, like, this has been such a huge topic of conversation, is that there is a wage disparity gap between Black and white creators, and it's a huge.
And if a white creator is getting paid $50K and she's getting paid $20K,
but with the same thing,
so how dare you say, go be grateful for your $20K and don't ask for more? You know what I mean?
Yes,
like,
and that's
how can you
what
say
it's
that?
coming across like. Yeah, so because the thing is, like, they're picking the money part to talk about, not the fact that it's almost like a disparity in the gap. The thing is, like, people can just not like Fannita's personality and they can be shredding her for that. That's the truth too. They could just not like that she can be more intense with her delivery, and people just might not like that, and that's why they want to say things. So that can also play a huge part in it, is her personality, and that's why they feel like, oh well, you're like aren't right message, wrong messenger. They could be saying that, and that could be absolutely a case. But if you really look deep into like what she was trying to talk about, I think that the message still stands.
Yeah.
And it's a correct thing to talk about. And it's like, it's the truth. There is a wage disparity gap between influencers, and it's the absolute truth. And it should be talked about, and it should be something that is, you know, on the forefront of people's minds.
Yeah.
You know, but I feel like it's definitely something
that it
like
turned into shredding her and completely the message got lost.
The message got lost for sure. But it's like, again, It's just turned into a huge clusterfuck. It's going on. That's just like a huge part that's happening on the internet. My entire FYP is filled with stitches for Fannita or just addressing Fannita. People talking to Fannita, being like, girl, you need to stop comparing yourself to people that you don't compare to as well, you know? So,
damn.
It's a mess.
Well, our next topic is Nicki Minaj gets arrested in Amsterdam, girly. Okay.
When she was live streaming it,
that part is crazy.
that made me scream.
She said, y'all are going to know what's going on. Y'all are going to know.
I ain't going in there. Why would I go in there? I need a lawyer present now.
Wait, so it was marijuana?
Yes.
Why did she pay someone to carry it for her? Also, can you buy marijuana there?
Yes. So I think what she was thinking, like, girl, it's legal in Amsterdam, so I might as well just bring my own.
And legal in LA. So if you legal to legal.
She's probably not thinking like, oh, it's not going to be an issue. So I think that
damn.
At the end of the day, you are technically bringing drugs into someone else's, into another country.
You know that she's going to have to fly back there to go to court now.
You're kidding.
Yeah, because if you get arrested in that country, you have to go back to go to court.
Laura, I didn't even know
it's
that.
a mess. Absolutely.
That's crazy. But no, I didn't know that going into a place where something was legal, it would be an issue like that. But technically, at the end of the day, it's still drugs.
Yeah.
Like, you can't be bringing drugs into other countries or bringing them into your own country. All
it's
that
like
kind of
considered
stuff.
Trafficking drugs.
Yeah.
Like if you,
So
especially
she fully got fucking arrested.
Oh my god. Nicki!
No, when she was live streaming it and she literally, when she's like, they're like, no, you have to go in there. You're under arrest. She's like, I'm under arrest. And she's like, you're under arrest. Yes, go in the fucking thing. And she was like, gagged. She had to go in there.
Wait, why was she live streaming?
Just to like be like, just in case, like,
okay.
so people know what was going on.
Ciao.
She wanted a record of what was happening to her at this moment.
I guess live streaming is the way to do it because recordings can get deleted, but once it's out there, it's out there.
You know, people are screen recording her.
Oh
live.
my!
So it turned into like a huge thing. So yeah, she got like obviously like let go and she's fine now. But now obviously she's probably like you
said it's like a 24-hour hold if you get caught, like depending on the amount. But like if you have like a little something on you, they said it's like a 24-hour hold, and then you have a court date.
So now she's gonna have a court date out there.
Girl, you know she's got the team to handle it.
Yeah, she's like, listen, bitch, just let me know when I have to get there, and we go.
Yes,
we'll take the jet.
Book the jet.
But yeah, she was arrested. I was like, Nicki, I can't believe.
Damn.
I can't believe that.
I can't either.
You got arrested.
Girl, she was just trying to smoke a joint.
Let her live. She has a show. She has a show. She wants to
did she? Did she have a show?
She's doing it for the tour. Like, this is for her tour. So she got arrested when she has her. Like, even the cop was like, "We're trying to get you to your show tonight quickly and orderly." She's like, "Oh, my show."
She's like, "You want to?"
You know about my show? I swear to God, if you see clips of her, she's literally like, "Oh, my show."
Oh my God!
It's almost like funny.
It's camp.
It's camp.
It's camp.
It's gotten to like such a funny point because it's so.
Well, dramatic. She knows that the charge isn't like
crazy.
Yeah, it's not crazy.
But it probably is scary though to like have to go into someone else's vehicle in a different country. Like, that's scary.
And go to the jail cell and go through the system.
Mm-hmm. Like, that's scary. So I understand like that part is being fucking spooky.
Okay, next topic. Jeff Wittek goes off on David Dobrik. Okay, me and Manny were like trying to like go back and forth and deep dive as to what triggered him, because obviously this case has been going on a long time with David. So Jeff like went off on Snapchat for allowing David to post and make money off there, be like demonetize him, get him off the app. This like snakes like going here, going anywhere to try to make all this funds. I think Jeff's on Snapchat a lot, and when he saw it, it like triggered him. But Manny was saying, because I was like, why did he all of a sudden?
Like, why now?
Why now? Because he's like going in good on David.
It's because the case keeps getting pushed back.
I think David recently just got the case pushed back again, and that was probably allegedly the underlying thing that, okay, and then Jeff just sees him having a great time making more and more money off Snapchat.
And Jeff has like from what I had saw when he was talking about it, he was like, I literally have a surgery next week. I'll get another surgery for my eye. And like, and this fucking guy is just like out here living life, making money on Snapchat. So he's tagging Snapchat and being like, bitch, I'm fucking pissed and he keeps pushing back the court date.
Do you think Snapchat gives a shit? I don't know. I
honestly don't know. YouTube obviously does, because they will demonetize for huge things.
I don't think they would demonetize David though.
I don't know if they did at the time.
I don't know.
I'm just saying, like, for huge things, they will demonetize what I'm saying. So they will demonetize you. So maybe this is like his version of trying to get Snapchat to understand or see. I also think Snapchat's a really, really big company, and I don't think it's like gonna really go anywhere with that, even tagging them. But it's worth, like, I guess for him it was worth
Yeah.
Making it known and speak on it. And I honestly feel genuinely so bad for Jeff because
me too.
Going through something that traumatic and then seeing the person that caused it to you, seeing them just like live life happily, making their coin, live, laugh, loving. When you have a surgery next week, that's gonna fuck you up, I think.
David has so much money too. Part of me is like, why don't he just pay him off and end this? But he doesn't want to do that. Allegedly, I think, anyways.
I don't think Jeff wants to.
It's like, well, just like
Either.
pay him what Jeff thinks he owes him.
Yeah.
Like, what if David just gave him all the money? I think Jeff would want that now.
I think Jeff really wants, at this point, because it's gone so far, I think that he genuinely wants for what happened to be known to the public.
So he wants the court case.
He wants the court, I think.
Okay.
That's like what I've gathered from what I see with Jeff kind of when he talks about it. He's like, I can't wait for you guys to see what really happened and like to really figure out what was going on. Because I think that obviously when you're in
uncover.
Yes, and it's to uncover like certain things. And so he's like, I really want to go to court because I want everything to be uncovered already. So I genuinely think that David was like, okay, let me just pay you out real quick. I genuinely don't think Jeff would be like, okay. I think he'd be like, no, we're going to court.
Oh, got it. Because he wants to expose.
I want your ass to be exposed and I want you to be exposed.
Well, David is exposed for a lot of things because Casey Neistat did the full documentary on it and couldn't get anyone to buy it. No one wanted it.
But why didn't they want it again?
Because of all the shit David's been in. They would have to put that in the documentary.
Right.
And I don't know if either Casey didn't want to do that or if Casey was like, all right, we'll do it. And they're like, we don't want to fucking post a documentary on this person. Like, we don't want to.
Casey showed a lot of like the bad things about David.
Yeah.
And actually like wrecked their friendship.
Yeah.
Remember how like that like because he was honest about what was actually being shown and like what was actually going on.
Still no one wants it.
And David didn't like it.
No one wants it. They don't want to buy it. So, you know,
I think that's what he wants out. Jeff wants it out. He's like, babe, he's like, I want that documentary out for everyone to see. I want us to go to court. I want you to be exposed for what actually happened.
Well, let me tell you something. Every dog has their day.
I mean, it's the truth.
Every dog has their day.
It's
Trust and believe that.
If I was Jeff, I would feel very upset too. Like I would feel right in line with what he's feeling. I'm sure having a surgery the following week, seeing the person that caused it, just being like live, laugh, loving.
I feel really bad for Jeff.
I do too.
I do. I feel really bad.
Every interaction I've had with him has been so lovely and so sweet. And I've seen him at the gym multiple times, at my old gym, and we would just like have a cute little interaction and just keep it moving. Like I've always really liked Jeff. So seeing this, it's a very unfortunate and sad situation.
Well, I mean, if it keeps going, one day they'll go to court. So
it's going to happen eventually. I mean, for Jeff's sake, I hope.
Okay, next we have a wild security guard.
The can security bitch?
What is going on? Get her out of here.
I've never seen like security act like that.
Also, we need to say a word for Kelly Rowland because she deserved better.
She deserved a million times better.
She deserved better.
Are you fucking? I was like, how could you even treat Kelly, the legend, the icon that she is, like that?
Well, even if she's not a legend, an icon, you shouldn't treat anyone like that, regardless of how famous they are. I couldn't agree more.
But seeing it happen in that setting, in a very high-end place, like you wouldn't think that would happen to anyone, like I said, let alone someone of status. You know what I mean? Like that is, to me, fucking crazy. And I'm so glad that Kelly Rowland went off on her and was like, don't freaking touch me.
And
I had
didn't
her
give a
like,
shit.
It was like,
yeah, she
like
was
you tried me, bitch. Like, don't even touch me.
Well,
so
she
I'm
shouldn't
so
be
glad.
touching anyone.
I agree. Or like honestly, even trying to like, so there's this, obviously there's the security woman at the Cannes Film Festival, and she's been shown in multiple occasions ushering very aggressively people off of the stairs of the carpet, trying to like just get them off quickly and move them along really, really fast. But it's become almost like way too aggressive and way too crazy. And it's shown multiple clips now at this point.
With different people.
There was like this one I saw where it was like this model.
Lady.
And that she's literally like holding on to her, like literally wrapped her around her arms. And the lady, like, she like goes to the ground, tries to run out. And,
oh my God.
Laura, it's fucking crazy. It's crazy. She, the one with the Jesus outfit.
Yep.
Everyone's like, she's like trying to like lay it down, let it be like draped. They keep picking it up. Like I didn't really get that
either.
It's so embarrassing.
It is. It's horrible. So because Kelly Rowland had complained about the size of her dressing room. What show was it she was going on?
I can't remember.
They said they gave her a shitty dressing room. She complained about that. So she did get a lot of flack for complaining about that. Because they're like, girly. Something like that.
It was something along those lines.
And then right after, they see her fighting with a security guard. So you know what they do? They're like, oh, she's an asshole. She's a diva. Like, she shouldn't do this. Child, these are two completely different situations. And Kelly Rowland was in the right in this situation because it turns out the common denominator was the security guard, because we have endless footage of her putting her hands on people, pushing people on the carpet.
Being crazy and
being
aggressive.
crazy as hell.
And I like that Kelly actually has boundaries for people and for herself. And she's like, don't touch me. Do not. She's like, like you tried me. Like I enjoy seeing people that are like,
stands
absolutely the
up for
fuck not,
themselves.
standing up for themselves, being like, you need to stop fucking touching me and stop trying to ushering me off the carpet, especially when like they still have the whole staircase to go.
Wild.
Girl, let them get their fucking photos. They're not going all the way to Cannes for no reason.
Babes, they gotta get this woman out of there.
They do. She's fucking a mess. She's literally a mess. Like, she looks like such an asshole.
Yeah.
And seeing her the multiple clips, I think I've seen 4 now. 4 clips of 4 different women that it's happened to, that she's ushered off, and it's been like a press moment where they were able to capture like, damn, this bitch is crazy. 4 times.
Wow.
And this one Cannes
That's a common denominator,
festival,
babe.
4 times?
Yeah. Ain't no way.
That's crazy. That's literally fucking crazy.
She gotta go.
They need to like, fire her or take her off the team.
Yeah, we can find
all the
different
security, like even like the guys that were picking up the Jesus dress and all that stuff. I was just like, can you let her get her fucking pick?
But I understand why, and maybe I'm missing something, and that's okay too. I don't see everything for what it is, but why couldn't she take a picture? And they were like, absolutely not.
I don't get it.
You will absolutely not be showing Jesus. But I don't know if the dress had another message that I'm missing. I just saw it was Jesus' face.
Staircase. I think they're trying to get them off the staircase quicker.
Why couldn't she take one picture with the dress?
I don't know.
The dress was long. It was meant to go down.
I know. That's why I like. To me, I was like, and obviously, so also the thing that's crazy too.
Wild.
When they're on the carpet is flat. How are you gonna get a photo of the
you can't.
the full outfit?
So she was like,
you're gonna rely on the stairs so that it drape down and show
so they could see. Yeah.
And then they weren't letting her take the photo, so they were basically just trying to say that like the stairs, because it's like more of a high traffic area, you just have to go there a little bit faster. So they're trying to usher them off too fast. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
like
they
too
look
quickly.
stupid.
They look dumb. And then also like I saw a video of like Heidi Klum taking photos on the stairs. Ain't no security by her. Not one security person by Heidi Klum.
Yep.
And I just saw like this one clip of her, and she was just like kind of like,
there you go,
doing her thing. But I was kind of like, why is Heidi
right?
You know, maybe I don't know. Maybe there's a reason. Maybe she's like a chair or something for the Cannes. Who knows? But it just looked crazy when that person is on that staircase being absolutely fine, but then 4 other women are ushered.
I'm really glad that this has come to light, though, and it all started with Kelly Rowland.
I know, it really did.
She opened the case on this.
She opened the fucking floodgates, and I'm so glad that she did. I'm so glad that, again, that she has like her foot in the ground, being like, "No, I'm not. Like, you're not gonna touch me. You're not gonna manhandle me.
Absolutely not.
Especially in that setting, bitch. Get off me.
Absolutely not.
I'm like, bitch, get the fuck off me." And I love when she scolded her like,
oh yeah,
a mother to a child, and I loved it like this, like, bitch, get your fucking ass on my face.
Yep. Well, that's it for our
rapid
fire.
That was it. That's all the topics. That's all the topics.
All the hot topics.
That's all we got going on. But what was your guys'
for everyone?
Maybe peace and love.
Well, yeah.
Peace and love para todos.
I don't know what that last part meant.
It means for everyone. Para todos is for everyone. What emoji should we have them leave? Because last time they left that peach.
Peach.
They did peach before.
I know. That's what I'm saying. They left the peach.
We should do a microphone for Kelly Rowland.
Ooh.
Yeah, if you made it this far into the episode, you guys should leave a little microphone emoji.
I love that
for Kelly for the inspiration for Miss Kelly.
Boundaries,
she deserved better.
Boss ass bitch. Kelly deserved better.
So let's do a little. If you made it this far, let's do a little microphone emoji.
And that is it for this week's episode of Full Coverage. We hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, rate, and subscribe. We'll see you in the next episode.
Bye guys.